See me, Justin LeBar, every week on the 120 Sports app talking WWE. Go to your app store and download the app. It's already over 50,000 downloads and ranked by Apple as one of the top apps of the future. You can follow WWE and any other sport, team, or player and get alerts sent to your phone when new, quick, 120-second, hard-hitting, entertaining video debate, news report, or game highlights are put out. You can also keep up with all the hot sports topics that are trending or check out the timeline to see what you've missed in the order it happened. 120 Sports. Sports move fast. So do we. Keep up.
Chairshot Reality, WrestleZone.com. Thanks for joining us. And we are doing our segment of heel or face. Josh and Brian are going to heel and face a few topics. Let's start off, guys. Heel or face, Chris Jericho is doing his best work ever.
I am going to heel this, and for as good as Chris Jericho is doing right now, helping the younger stars, since he's been back, let's go back 3 years to Fandango and AJ Styles and Neville on Raw. What he did on Raw was awesome, but it's not better than beating The Rock in Austin in the same night. It's not as good as his debut. That was his best work, not this heel.
I'm healing it because I think his best work actually was neither of those, but it was his feud in 2008, which he even says is the best feud ever of Chris Jericho when he faced Shawn Michaels, threw him through the Jarrettron 5000. Very reminiscent of HBK and Marty Jannetty, even though they weren't tag team partners. But heel Jericho now is really good because we haven't seen a really good heel Jericho. That's the problem. Every time he comes back, it's, I have really good jokes, but then they're not really landing because it's not 1990 and we're not watching Full House before this. So I really think that Chris Jericho is doing a good job right now, better than he's ever done in the past 4 or 5 years. But you go back to 2008, even the times that you mentioned, but 2008 was whenever Jericho was the best in the world at what he did.
So you're like a Big Show. You're not healing or facing. You're everything.
I'm going back and forth. No, I'm healing now, but he's still better than he was with Fandango, but not even close to what he did with Shawn Michaels and even Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 19.
Yeah, I'll agree with you, Josh, there. I had said it on 120 Sports, which people could download that app. I was talking about it at 120 Sports. I think Chris Jericho, thank God he got some edge back, 'cause I'm tired of all the rhymes and riddles and, yeah, way overdone. All right, heel or face, with all the injuries going on the roster, that means this year's WrestleMania needs to be flooded with legend appearances.
I'm going to heel this one, and I'm not saying that there needs to be flooding of legends, but you need to spot and plan these out. I wish that WWE, in a way, saved WrestleMania 30's intro with Hogan, Rock, and Austin, because that was the best. That was great. That kicked off a legendary and a historic WrestleMania, and this would be the perfect time to have those legends in the ring.
How could you do that? You wouldn't have Hulk Hogan.
I'm just saying those guys in general. They had those guys. They had the opportunity to do that. But I'm healing it because I don't want to see 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Hall of Famers come in, come out. We had so many last year with the NWO run, the DX run-in, and then you had obviously The Rock coming out. I want to see 4, 5 really legitimate sound legends that maybe you haven't seen in a while. Maybe the Stone Cold and Rock and 1 or 2 more. I don't want to see Edge and Christian.
So what's your definition of flooded at 4 or 5?
Flood is like
flooded?
8 or 9. Like I just feel like there's too many people that can come in, and WWE's going to throw. For instance, we've seen Mick Foley. I like Mick Foley. He doesn't need to be on at WrestleMania. We've seen Ric Flair. I don't need to see a backstage segment with Flair. Have him go out with Charlotte. Don't flood me with people that I see on Raw and SmackDown every couple of times a year.
We don't need to see him with Charlotte. We need to see Charlotte by herself.
Or with me.
It'll get her over better, or with you. But I am facing this, and it's a big face. It's a yes, yes, yes face. We need everyone. WrestleMania needs help. We've got injuries to Bray Wyatt now. We don't have the big stars. Seth Rollins is out. You know who all is out. They need help. This WrestleMania, to be the biggest, most attended WrestleMania of all time, is going to fall short without those legends.
All right, and finally, this past week's Monday Night Raw was in Consol Energy Center here in Pittsburgh. Gentlemen, let's do the grading. Heel or face, Raw could at least be graded as a B.
I'm going to get my foot up here and give you the heel of my foot right there, because I'm heeling that, I'm kicking it, I'm stomping it, I'm doing all that, because Raw, for as stacked as the roster was, the potential it had after Roadblock to really drive those last 3 weeks in the WrestleMania.
Not a B.
Nope, not a B.
What was it then? What was it? A C?
Maybe a C minus.
Was it a C, like a 2.0?
C to a C minus. It wasn't a D. We had Roman Reigns return,
grade
which
with
was
a curve.
Flat. Great on a curve.
Yeah.
Justin, we're not grading on a curve here, Justin. We're not in high school. But I'm actually going to face this, and I'll tell you why. opening segment established something really good. The New Day's faces, you love it or hate it, you don't have to classify them as that, but they got their asses handed to them by the League of Nations. You needed to establish that. You needed to establish a complete full face turn for the New Day. You had those big names appear. What are you going to do with Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, The Undertaker, Shane, Vince, Stephanie, all these big pieces in main events, and none of them are going to wrestle? So what do? You know what? Let's dial up the game. Let's put a Triple H Dolph Ziggler match. This was a B Raw. They need to have A plus Raws, but this was a B Raw because you saw every single person you needed to see. Yes, it could have been done better at the end of Raw, but I still think they accomplished what they needed this week, and then the next 2 weeks, hopefully they go to the very next level and add more pieces to details.
Just real quick, and this goes out to both of you guys. Would it have been better to have Roman Reigns come out, cost Triple H the match, let Dolph Ziggler win so he officially can enter the Andre Battle Royal by beating Triple H in a DQ or in some capacity like that?
Justin?
Well, I think they wanted Triple H to beat Dolph Ziggler. Again, they're trying to get as much heat on Triple H to make, to try to then counteract and get, babyface pop for Roman Reigns.
But how does Dolph Ziggler get his match now?
Maybe he doesn't get the match.
You don't think Dolph Ziggler's going to get a match?
Well, who knows?
Not a match. He'll be in a 30-man match.
Maybe Marion Fontaine or RJ City takes his spot in the Intercontinental Championship match.
Damn right. I'd say it's a B plus Raw with an A plus loser according to Triple H. I think it was great.
You're the reason why it was B+.
Act like you've
okay.
been there before the ball.
Yeah,
You've been on
come
camera
on,
multiple times.
Come on.
Build a bridge and get over yourself.
Jeez.
Next.
There's no more.
I knew you were going to say it. I knew you were going to pull this. Raw. Go ahead.
I think you should be happy that Triple H calls me a loser. I don't know.
Okay, here, I got one for you. Last one, impromptu. Heel or face for you two guys. Heel or face. Undertaker and Shane should have not touched.
I heal that. I think they should have.
No, that's a huge face. They should have never touched. The only touching it should
You
have
have
been.
a huge face. What are you talking about?
The only touching it should have been is that when he calls Taker a bitch, Taker should have gone for the choke slam and Shane should just low blow him and got out the ring.
I'd have smacked.
Should have danced his way out of the wing.
Yeah.
Out of the wing. Out of the wing. All right, get back in your shot, Justin. Last one.
We're done.
That's it.
We're done.
What are we done for? We have no more.
Look at a script.
Well, that was a very lackluster heel or face, Justin.
Coming up, we're going to talk about the build of some of
Blame
these
the
other
executive producer over here.
Coming up, we're going to talk about the build of some of these marquee matches. Don't go anywhere.